Kobe Bryant was born on August 23rd, 1978 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. When Bryant was 6 years old, his father Joe retired from the NBA and moved his family to Italy, where he would continue his basketball career overseas. Bryant played both basketball and soccer whilst in Italy, becoming huge fans of the Los Angeles Lakers, as well as the soccer team AC Milan. When Bryant was 13, him and his family moved back to Philadelphia, as his dad has finished his basketball career overseas. Now back in Philadelphia, Bryant attended Lower Merion High School, starting on the varsity team as a freshman. In Bryant's junior season, he was named the Philadelphia Player of the Year and the fourth-team All-American. In Bryant's senior season, he was named both Gatorade and Naismith High School Basketball Player of the Year, as well as being at McDonald's All-American, which is an accolade only the greats achieve. During his time at Lower Merion High School, he led them to their first state championship in 53 years and was named Southeastern Pennsylvania's all-time leading scorer. This was the start of the realisation of how good Kobe could be at the NBA level and why he would receive some scholarships. Despite scholarship offers from nearly every major college, Bryant decided to enter the 1996 NBA Draft.
With the 13th pick in the 1996 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant from Lower Merion High School in Pennsylvania.
Despite being drafted 13th overall by the Charlotte Hornets, he was immediately dealt to the Los Angeles Lakers for their starting centre, Vlad Divac. Then GM Jerry West had become enamored with Bryant following a workout which he dominated former NBA players Michael Cooper and Larry Giroux in scrimmages. The move to trade their centre for Kobe on draft night meant the Lakers had a lot of cap room free, which meant they would bring in the man known as Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal.
I believe Shitz has kept it alive again, did he?
Yep, he did. Almost put it in, too. Here's Bowie.
Shaquille, whoa!
Kobe spent his first two seasons mostly as a reserve behind Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel. He saw very limited minutes early on, but did become the youngest player to play in an NBA game when he made his debut playing 6 scoreless minutes against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Bryant would score his first NBA point, a free throw, in the team's next game against the New York Knicks. As the season went on, Bryant gradually began to earn more minutes and became the youngest player to start in an NBA game in a January 28th victory over the Dallas Mavericks. During All-Star Weekend, Bryant would win the 1997 Slam Dunk Championship, and his performance throughout the season earned a spot on All-Rookie second-team selection. In the same season, the Lakers would make the second round of the playoffs, falling to the Utah Jazz in a 4-1 series. In that same series, in the deciding 5th game, Bryant found himself on the floor down the stretch and in overtime, but airballed multiple shots as the Jazz would clinch the elimination. In Bryant's second season, he would remain as a reserve, but his minutes had increased, and as a result of that, his scoring had more than doubled. He would earn his first All-Star selection along with his teammates O'Neal, Jones and Van Exel, and finished second in Sixth Man of the Year voting behind Tony Kukoc of the Chicago Bulls. In Bryant's third season, the Lakers would decide to trade away Jones and Van Exel, making Bryant the full-time starter in his third season. He also signed a 6-year deal worth up to $70 million with the Lakers during this season and was named to the All-NBA third team. To do this in his third season is stuff only legends do. Ahead of the 1999-2000 season, the Lakers decided to hire a new head coach, this being the ex-coach of the Chicago Bulls who had just won 6 championships with them, Phil Jackson, and his presence immediately paid dividends as he structured the famed triangle offense around Kobe and Shaq. This season for the Lakers would be successful as they would win 67 games as Shaquille O'Neal, also known as Big Diesel, would win the NBA MVP. However, Kobe also grew immensely as he was named on the All-Defensive First Team, whilst also making the All-NBA Second Team. During that season, he was also named to his second All-Star team, beginning a streak of 17 straight selections. On March 12, 2000, Kobe notched his first career 40-point game in a 109-106 win over the Sacramento Kings. Now it was time for the playoffs, and Kobe's growth was even more evident in this. In Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals against the Portland Trail Blazers, Kobe led the Lakers with 25 points, 11 rebounds and 7 assists, along with 4 blocks, as the Lakers came back from a 15-point fourth quarter deficit to advance to the NBA Finals. In that Game 7, Kobe punctuated that game by throwing an amazing alley-oop to Shaquille O'Neal. Bryant also came up huge in the finals, particularly in Game 4, where he scored 22 points in the second half and led the Lakers to a huge win from 120 points for the Lakers to 118 road win in overtime after Shaquille O'Neal fouled out. The Lakers would go on to win the series in 6 games, winning their first NBA championship since 1988, also being the first of Kobe and Shaq's duo. The 2000-2001 season saw more growth from Bryant as he raised his scoring to 28.5 points per game, showing he was one of the best in the league. He dropped his first 50-point game on December 6, 2000, and Kobe was named All-NBA Second Team once again. The Lakers would go on arguably the most dominant playoff run ever, going 15-1 in the route to win their second straight NBA championship. In 2002, Bryant garnered his first All-NBA First Team selection, as well as his first All-Star Game MVP award. Bryant's all-around play continued, and he set a new career high with 56 points on January 12th against the Memphis Grizzlies. Kobe was now really starting to show why he is the legend we know him as today. Despite their toughest playoff series to date, in the Western Conference Finals against the Sacramento Kings, the Lakers would push through, beating the Kings in a Game 7 on the road before sweeping the New Jersey Nets for the third straight championship. The 2003 and 2004 season saw a new challenge for Kobe in the new young superstar from Ohio, LeBron James. However, this made Kobe's individual play grow to even greater heights, but the Lakers' team success flattered as their friction between himself and Shaq grew. Kobe averaged 30 points per game for the first time this season, leading the Lakers and finishing third in NBA MVP voting. This season was amazing for Kobe, as he also went on a streak of 9 straight 40-point games in February of that year, but LA fell to the San Antonio Spurs in 6 games in the second round of the playoffs. For this upcoming season, the Lakers added future Hall of Famer Gary Payton, but the issues between Kobe and Shaq grew even greater. The Lakers returned to the finals, but were dominated by the Detroit Pistons in 5 games, as Kobe struggled mightily against the stout Pistons defense, and this was the downfall of the Lakers. As a free agent that summer, Bryant strongly considered signing with the Los Angeles Clippers, the rivals of the Lakers, but would ultimately re-sign with the Lakers on a 7-year max contract just one day after the team dealt away Shaquille O'Neal to the Miami Heat. The duo had been split. To make things even worse for the Lakers, head coach Phil Jackson also left that off-season, with the Lakers choosing not to renew his contract, which was probably one of the worst decisions the Lakers would make. This is because during the 2005 season marked the first time in Kobe's career that he would fail to make the playoffs. Was this because of Shaq leaving, or was it because of Phil Jackson, one of the greatest, probably the greatest head coach, leaving? On the positive side, he he was still named All-NBA third team but failed to make the All-Defensive team as the Lakers finished just 34 and 48. The next season, the Lakers would somehow figure out how to get Phil Jackson back as the head coach, as in 2006 Kobe would have the best individual season, staking his claim as the best player in the league. Bryant averaged 35.4 points per game, becoming just the fourth player in history to reach that mark and the first since Michael Jordan in 1987. Also in that same season, he famously scored 62 points in only 3 quarters against the Dallas Mavericks on December 20th, 2005, single-handedly outscoring Dallas 62-61 during that stretch before sitting out for the final period. Just over a month later, Bryant would score 81 points against the Toronto Raptors in a 122-104 victory, the second highest scoring game in NBA history. This was also the Lakers' franchise record, breaking Elgin Baylor's 71-point night in 1960. But Kobe wasn't done. He would also set the Lakers' single-season franchise records for total points by scoring 2,832 and 40 points games, by scoring 27 in a whole season. Only one season getting 27 40-point games is wild at them times. Kobe was also named to his first of 8 straight All-NBA first teams and 6 straight All-Defensive first teams. With all these achievements during the season, you would think Kobe has won MVP. However, Kobe would finish 4th in NBA MVP voting this season, but had the second most first place votes behind only eventual winner Steve Nash. Then, in 2007, Bryant changed his number to 24 before a season in which he again led the NBA in scoring. This included a streak of 4 50-point games, 2 of which were 60-point contests, and 10 50-point outings in the season, but the Lakers again will fall to the Suns in the first round of playoffs, as they did the same the previous season. The following off-season, Bryant publicly demanded a trade, but ultimately backed off his demands. Boosted by an in-season trade for All-Star big man Pau Gasol, Kobe led the Lakers to a 57-25 record, on his first and only NBA MVP award, after averaging 28.3 points, 6.3 rebounds, 5.4 assists and 1.8 steals per game that season. The Lakers would march through the Western Conference playoffs, setting up an NBA Finals meeting with the Boston Celtics, which they lost in 6 games. That summer, Kobe starred on the USA men's national team. In a gold medal game against Spain, Bryant scored 13 of his 20 points in the fourth quarter to help USA pull away from a 118-107 victory, the country's first gold medal since 2000. Motivated by their failures in the previous season, the Lakers went on a tear in 2009, finishing with a record of 65-17, one of the best records we have seen in the NBA to date. Kobe finished second in MVP voting to young superstar LeBron James, but the Lakers again blew through the Western Conference for the second straight NBA Finals appearance. This time facing the Orlando Magic, the Lakers defeated them 4-1, with Kobe winning his 4th NBA championship and first MVP for the finals after averaging 32.4 points, 7.4 assists and 5.6 rebounds per game during the finals. On February 1st, 2010, Kobe surpassed Jerry West to become the Lakers' all-time leading scorer. Kobe would also sign a 3-year deal worth $87 million. The Lakers would have struggles during the playoffs with Oklahoma City Thunder and the Phoenix Suns, but ultimately advanced to the 3rd straight NBA Finals, where they would have a rematch against the Boston Celtics. The teams would engage in a back-and-forth 7-game series, with the Lakers ultimately prevailing. Though Bryant struggled mightily against the Celtics defense, he still finished with 23 points and 15 rebounds in the final game, winning his 5th championship and 2nd straight NBA Finals MVP. Bryant would continue to push for his 6th championship in the following years. Kobe won his 4th All-Star Game MVP and climbed up to 6th of the NBA's all-time scoring list in 2011, but the Lakers were swept by eventual NBA champions Dallas Mavericks in the second round of the playoffs. This season also marked Bryant's final appearance on the All-NBA first team. Following the season, Phil Jackson would leave the Los Angeles Lakers and he would not be the head coach anymore. The following season, Kobe continued his streak of at least having 4 40-point games. He also became the All-Star Game's leading scorer, but the Lakers would once again fall in the second round of the playoffs, this time in 6 games to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The playoff success and winning championships wasn't looking good. Kobe played for the men's national team for the 3rd time during the summer. Even though he wasn't the best player anymore, he was still the best perimeter defender, which helped Team USA to another gold medal. The Lakers would acquire All-Stars Dwight Howard and Steve Nash in the off-season in an attempt to get Bryant one last championship, but the team never gelled as expected, with Mark D'Antoni took over as the head coach in the middle of the season. Nash missed 32 games due to injury, while Kobe and Dwight struggled to get along as the Lakers underachieved. In an attempt to push the Lakers to the playoffs, Bryant took a major load, scoring at least 30 points in his 6 of the next 10 games. Unfortunately, in the last of those contests, Bryant crumbled to the floor during a drive, rupturing his Achilles tendon. Despite this, following a timeout, Bryant would slowly limp on the court and make 2 free throws before leaving the floor to a rousing ovation. Kobe missed the first 19 games of the NBA season the following season, and on his return, he scored just 9 points to a 12-point loss to the Toronto Raptors. However, in just 6 games back, Kobe suffered a lateral tibial fracture in his left knee, ultimately being ruled out for the remainder of the season. 2015 did not go much better for Bryant, as he only played 35 games. On December 14, 2014, Kobe surpassed Michael Jordan for a 3rd on the All-NBA's scoring list with a free throw in the 100-94 win over the Timberwolves. Kobe suffered a torn rotator cuff in his right shoulder in the January game against the New Orleans Pelicans. Once again, showing his toughness, Bryant would return to the game, playing almost exclusively left-handed before being pulled out and eventually undergoing season-ending surgery. On November 29, 2015, Bryant announced that the current season would be his last, penning a poem in the Players' Tribune entitled Dear Basketball. If you haven't heard Dear Basketball before, I will try and put it at the end of the video, or if not, it's in the top line of the description if you wouldn't mind checking it out. It's an awesome poem, awesome tribute for Kobe's career, and yeah, go watch it. Even though Kobe requested that no road teams had any on-court ceremonies for him, teams would honour Bryant with a video package, and opposing fans showered him with raucous standing ovations. Bryant played in his final All-Star game, finishing with 10 points, 7 assists and 6 rebounds in that game. In the final game of his career on April 13th, 2015, Kobe Bean Bryant would put forth an incredible 60-point performance in a 101-96 win over the Utah Jazz. Bryant scored 23 points in the 4th quarter of the game and became the oldest player in NBA history to score 60 points in an NBA game. After the game, Kobe couldn't contain his emotion, making an amazing speech to leave the Laker Nation on a good note and make everybody remember the legend of Kobe Bryant. After a long 20-year career spent entirely with the Lakers, Kobe Bean Bryant retired as the franchise career leader in points, games, minutes and steals, as well as total field goals, three-pointers and free throws made. On December 18th, 2017, the Los Angeles Lakers retired both Kobe's number 8 and number 24 jerseys in a ceremony at the Staples Center. However, on January 26, 2020, the world would find out the tragic news that Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna, along with 7 others, were tragically killed in a helicopter crash in the Hollywood Hills. Now, for anyone who has made it this far to the video, this is the end. However, I would just like to thank anybody who has made it this far, because this is for a university project, but this has given me the creative freedom to do what I like and talk about what I want. So this is a very special documentary for me. I saved the best till last, because Kobe Bryant in my eyes is the NBA GOAT. Not just because it's not all down to championships and scoring records. It's all about like the mentality, and Kobe has that Mamba mentality, and it's like really special to me. So when I found out he died, it was 2 days before my birthday, which really upset me. And like Kobe's a legend. Every time I see something about him, it's just a legend. So if you want to go watch the basketball, please do. Like I said, I'm going to try and put in this little tribute after this, but I just want to thank everyone for watching. And yeah, just like Kobe was, he may not be here now, but Mamba left a legacy on the basketball world. And just like Kobe said, Mamba out.
Dear basketball. From the moment I started rolling my dad's tube socks and shooting imaginary game-winning shots in the Great Western Forum, I knew one thing was real. I fell in love with you. A love so deep, I gave you my all. From my mind and body to my spirit and soul. As a 6-year-old boy, deeply in love with you, I never saw the end of the tunnel. I only saw myself running out of one. And so I ran. I ran up and down every court after every loose ball for you. You asked for my hustle. I gave you my heart. Because it came with so much more. I played through the sweat and the hurt. Not because challenge called me, but because you called me. I did everything for you. Because that's what you do when someone makes you feel as alive as you've made me feel. You gave a 6-year-old boy his Laker dream, and I'll always love you for it. But I can't love you obsessively for much longer. This season is all I have left to give. My heart can take the pounding. My mind can handle the grind. But my body knows it's time to say goodbye. And that's okay. I'm ready to let you go. I want you to know now, so we both can savor every moment we have left together. The good and the bad. We have given each other all that we have. And we both know, no matter what I do next, I'll always be that kid with the rolled up socks, garbage can in the corner, 5 seconds on the clock, ball in my hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love you always, Kobe.